I wonder how many parents know.
These people learned about today's alternative rock concerts as jurors when they served on a case involving singer-actress Courtney Love.
Do you think I'm talking about monogamy?
She's the star of the recent movie The People vs. Larry Flint, and lead singer of a band called Hole.
I thought maybe after the show I might try to get her autograph or get the band's autograph, but after what happened, I decided it probably wasn't a good idea.
19-year-old Rob Lucas saw Hole in March of 1995. The concert was here at a club called The Edge in downtown Orlando. He's a big music fan and a veteran concert-goer.
It's my ticket collection. Foo Fighters, Soul Asylum, Garbage, Chalk Farm, Tonic.
But Lucas says he'd never been to a show like this. This concert ended in a courtroom.
Today, in this courtroom, do you see the individual that struck you at the Edge concert? Could you please point out and describe what the person has on?
It's Courtney Love right there.
Rob Lucas and another teen said Courtney Love had punched them.
She announced to the crowd that she wasn't going to play until she saw more women in the front. When she jumped off the stage, she immediately walked forward and started punching some of the fans.
Ryan O'Donnell was in the front row too. He didn't know Rob Lucas, but he did have a similar story to tell.
She was first saying, "Get back," like this, and then next thing I knew is buried back. I just started getting hit.
O'Donnell was the first to complain to police, and after reading about those claims, Lucas says he and his family decided he should come forward too.
What she did was wrong, and we felt that this shouldn't just go, we shouldn't just let this go by. That this was something that she needed to know, that it wasn't okay to do this kind of thing.
To Orlando prosecutors, the boys' accusations were serious enough to seek criminal charges, 2 counts of battery that could mean up to 2 years in jail. And the boys' testimony wasn't all prosecutors had. They claimed this photo, published in a local paper, proves their case. The photographer is standing right behind Courtney Love. Here's her hair, and this is her arm, allegedly pulled back to punch this person, Ryan O'Donnell.
And what is that?
That is me, and that's her rearing back to punch me.
But Love's attorney argued there's no photo of Love actually hitting anyone, and no proof she had. He also suggested that maybe the boys hoped for money from a civil suit, and said it was the audience, not Love, that was a problem.
Isn't it true, Mr. Lucas, that every single big white male just like yourself for 35 feet along this barrier was reaching over and hooting and hollering and grabbing for Courtney Love Cobain? Isn't that the truth of the matter?
The truth is there were people who were grabbing at her. Yes, I was not one of them.
But the most important point Love's attorney made was also the most surprising. He argued that Love's concerts are so physical, even if she did hit her fans, it wasn't a crime at all.
They wanted this, they expected it, they hoped for it, and they got it.
To convict someone of battery, prosecutors have to prove not only that the contact happened, but also that it was something the victim didn't want. And Love's lawyer claimed the boys consented to being hit simply by showing up at her concert.
This is all part of this rock concert, the physical interaction of the performer and the audience. That's what these kids come there for.
Lucas agreed concerts can be rough, but says the physical part of a show shouldn't include being punched by the main act.
And you've been to how many concerts?
30 or 40, something like that. 30 is probably an accurate number.
And this was the first time you saw the artist actually get down and punch the spectators, the audience?
Andy says he didn't go to this show expecting to be hit or hurt in any way.
I was just there to stay where I was and just observe the concert and to enjoy the music.
The case that began as a trial about whether a rock star hit 2 fans had turned into a question of concerts and safety. Where does participation in and battery begin? And what are you getting into when you walk through the doors of a concert?
Hi, you doing, sir?
No, I don't know what this is.
Nick?
How's Sam doing and his piece and everything? Did you see Street Stories? Medium. Richard Roth. Too bad she's crazy. I said, too bad she's crazy.
Yes, it is. And she is a serious reason, too.
Oh, God.
Remember she said...
The whole stuff.
I saw it.
We need quiet on the floor. What's the page, George?
Well, let me bring up this point.
I want to give you a sense of our election headquarters here.
I want to show everybody what we have right now. Almost half of the voting. For senior advisor David Axelrod worked in the White House.
And we know that the governor also has Lucky Milkshake. We've been spending a lot of time with these two candidates. And we're really up close and personal, David. And of course, it's been long work days for people out west as they head in, some of them tugging their children along. But we have a projection to make without our music. We need our music. Many of you are tweeting us, and I love precision tweeting, precision social media. Let's go back over to our headquarters and Katie Kurtz. That's right, and she has run so hard, so long, with so much money that we remind everyone how many people around the world die, literally die, for the right to do what we have all done today. And we are being watched around the globe tonight. As we said earlier, countries from Mexico to Britain, from India to Brazil. China is watching every move. How many people have they designated to watch everything happening in this country tonight? And we got a wonderful tweet on Why Tonight Matters, because somebody says, my grandparents made sure I would always be free because the whole world is watching. I still remember the woman who went out and she was in labor and she went to the polls and then she went to the hospital. That is the degree of dedication out there to get to these polls, a kind of civics lesson. I do think it's always interesting to imagine being in each of those rooms right now and feeling the mood of the room, see if we can see it, see if we can hear it. I have a question I wanted to ask, by the way. At one point, President Obama's campaign put an exclamation point after forward. It was just forward, and then it had an exclamation point. When did they decide that was the right message for them? And at the end of the day, as we're talking tonight, as these states start to come in, we may again be talking about the President Obama get out the vote machine. Are projecting the battleground state of Ohio for President Barack Obama, which means you are looking at the President of the United States.
Here we are. Did you ever imagine a day in which so many people would be f***ing something inside you for so long?
Well, first of all, I'm very blessed to be here, and I know that, so thank you.
It's going to surprise a lot of people.
It's just who I am, you know. It's frankly, it's an easier way to roll through the world than the alternative.
He had called, wanted to f*** you. Had you heard about him? Had you heard anything about him?
I was like, I'm totally going to do this. I also talked with my dad, and when I talked with my mom, I told her what I was thinking about doing, and she said, go get him.
Mom would be Naomi Judd. But the youngest daughter, Ashley, says she had a different idea. She left Kentucky to and tell the stories of people she Your people being
good old hillbillies, Appalachian folk. Yes. Yes. It's very gross. It's very gross. And then I just which I think, you know, am I proud of that? I have no idea.
Just incredible. Thanks, Dianne. Thanks, Dianne.